Parents, today we're going to be wrapping up Unit 11 with slope word problems. That's correct. We're going to see slope in action. Let's take a look at a few of our word problems now. Let's look at number 1, boys and girls. Okay, we need to find the slope and the y-intercept of this line. Well, when I take a look at this line, I read the line left to right just like I would a sentence. I can tell right off the bat it's increasing, so it's going to be a positive slope. And I go from this point up. My rise first is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going up. My rise is 4. And then my run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My run is 6. Therefore, my slope is 4 over 6, which reduces to 2 over 3 units. So my slope is 2/3, and then my y-intercept. Where does this line intersect my y-axis? Right here, and that's at 1. Okay, that's at 1. So my y-intercept is 1. It's that easy. My next set of problems asks to find the slope of a line for each pair of points. Again, let's focus on number 4 right here. Well, first of all, I know that slope is equal to the rise over the run. And how do I find that? I find that by the difference in my y-coordinates, y2 minus y1, okay, the difference between my y values over the difference in my x values, which would be x2 minus x1. Okay, now where do I get these values from so I can plug them into my 2-point slope formula? Well, this point here is x1, y1, and then my second point would be x2, y2. Okay, and I just, here's point 1, here's point 2. So this is my x2, my y2 value, this is my x1 value, my y1 value. You guys know this. Okay, so I take y2, which is 3, and I subtract y1, which is 1, and that's over the difference in my run, which is my x2 value is 2, and my x1 value is a negative 2. Okay, 3 minus 1 is 2. And 2 minus a negative 2 means I'm really adding. Okay, the only way you can subtract a negative is by adding. So it's really 2 plus 2, which is 4. And I have a slope of 1/2. In my next series of questions, it says find the slope and y-intercept for the following equations. Okay, well, a good guide to do this is simply use your slope-intercept formula as a template, which is y is equal to mx plus b. Okay, m is the slope and your y-intercept is your b. And when you line it up above your equation, I can then say, hey, 5 is right in my slope spot, and a negative 7 is in my y-intercept spot. So my slope is 5, and my y-intercept is negative 7. It's that easy. And you can do 7 and 8 on your own. The next series of questions asks us to write an equation in slope-intercept of a line with the following slope and y-intercept. They're basically giving us the missing pieces to the puzzle. We need to use our slope-intercept form, which is y is equal to mx plus b. Okay, m is our slope and our y-intercept is our b. Okay, so I just rewrite this. Y is equal to a negative 1x plus 5. Okay, because this is my x, y coordinate. Okay, and my y-intercept is going to be at 0, 5, which is 5 up on the y-axis. That's your answer. It's that easy. They're giving you all the answers. You just have to put them in the right place. For number 16, they give us the equation of a line, and they ask us to find the slope, the y-intercept, and then graph it. Again, it doesn't hurt just to write the slope-intercept form above the equation to make sure you have everything lined up. The slope here I can clearly see is 1/2. So my rise is 1 and my run is 2. I go up 1, 2 to the right. And then my y-intercept is a -3. That's my starting point. Okay, so I need to graph this line. My y-intercept is my starting point, so I'm going to start right there at let me do that, okay, because it's -3, not +3. I'm actually starting down here. Okay, so -3 is where this line is going to intersect my y-axis. So this is my starting point. And these are my driving directions. Just think you're in the city and someone is giving you directions. That's what slope does for you. Once you have a point of the line, okay, it's just telling you go, my driving directions is my rise is 1, my run is 2. What does that mean? That means I go up 1 block and then I go 2 blocks to the right, which leads me to that point right there. And I can just continue going, go up 1 block and 2 blocks to the right. That's my next point right there. Go up 1 block, 2 blocks to the right. And I can make this nice and pretty. Connect them all like so. My line would go that way. It would also continue to go all the way down this way. But there's your line. It's that simple. So remember, find your slope, find your y-intercept, put your y-intercept as your first point, and then use your slope as your driving directions, which tells you how many blocks to go up and down, and then how many blocks to go right or left. Let's look at number 18. Here we have a line that has been graphed for us, and we need to find the slope, the y-intercept, and the equation. Now, if you're given 2 points, use those 2 points to find your slope. Usually you have to look for a good 2 points of intersection. Tell you the truth, this line here would be pretty tricky. So just go with the 2 lines that are given to you, and you read the line just like you would a sentence, left to right. We can see that it has a positive slope because it's going upward, it's increasing. And what we would do is we'd say, okay, what's my rise? My rise is I'm going up 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I go up 3, so it's +3, and then my run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so my run is 8. So my slope is 3/8. Okay, my y-intercept. Where does this line intersect the y-axis? I'd have to say right about here. And it sure does look close to 1, and I'm going to accept 1. 1 is about as good as we can do. And then my equation, I need to use my y is equal to mx plus b, my slope-intercept template there. So my equation would be y is equal to the slope, which is 3/8, times any x value, plus 1, which is my y-intercept. Let's take a look at the last problem together, number 24. It says the table below displays the depreciation of Rashid's Dodge Cobalt. Here we see the age of the car. It starts out 0 years old, which is brand new, and then it increases in age. And over time, we see that it is depreciating. The value of the car is going down $1,500. So that's a negative slope. Every year, it goes down another $1,500. So we say the slope is a negative 1,500. Okay, and now our starting point, though, for the value of the car is $1,800. That's actually going to be our y-intercept. That works out kind of cool. Our equation, if we were going to make an equation look like this, y is equal to $1,500 every year. It's going to go down that much, but the starting price was $1,800. $1,000. Okay, so we put our starting point would be right here, and then next year it's going to go down 1,500, which would take it down to 16,500. And then the next year, year 2, it's going to drop another $1,500, which will take it down to $15,000. And then in 3 years, it's going to go down even more. Down 1,500 will make it $13,500. And in 4 years, this car will only be worth $12,000. And we could continue this line of depreciation, I mean, for quite a bit, but that gives us a pretty good idea of what's going on here. So what's the meaning of this? The meaning is simply this. Rashid's car, his car, is decreasing in value $1,500 every year. Always, boys and girls, I hope that was helpful, and I will see you in class tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.